Thanks to the supporters of channel member Rob Pontin. Well, I don't want to alarm anybody unnecessarily, but Brendan Rodgers has finally been sacked from Borussia Dortmund. Hello, welcome to Club 5, part 17 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have a league game for you against Athletic, and we are also away against Lyon in the second leg of the Champions League first knockout round. But I would argue the more important news, there you go, that's the form. Form is good. Everyone's happy. We're all more interested in this, or I'm certainly more interested in this. The revenge mission. Brendan Rodgers has been sacked at Borussia Dortmund with the club potentially not going to qualify for the Champions League. It's not just that they're sat outside of the top four. They are well outside of the top four. There is a full rebuild needed at Borussia Dortmund. As you'll know, I feel like I have unfinished business in Germany after what happened at Schalke, and what better place to go and finish my unfinished business than with Schalke's greatest rivals, the team from down the road, Borussia Dortmund. So this job has been a goal of mine for a long time. How are Schalke getting on? Yikes. Mid-table in the league below. Big yikes. The other appeal of Germany is Bayern Munich have won the league for 15 consecutive years. It actually looks like this season Leipzig might pip them to it. We know how good Leipzig are from the Champions League group that we played in. But if anything, that makes it an even more appealing job because it's a nation where there's a dominant team that have maybe just started to slip ever so slightly, but it's not the team that I'm hopefully going to who are going to topple them. So, as you would imagine, I applied for the job. The application is already in. I've actually already done the interview as well, because I was kind of hoping to be able to come back with a job offer for this episode, but the matches that I want to show you have come before a job offer. What I have done in the interview, which I've never done before in Football Manager, and I don't know if I'm a big enough deal to get away with it, is I have told them I don't want to take over until the summer. So if they get a equal candidate as me, who's willing to take over straight away and try and save their season, I guess that's going to rule me out. And if we don't get the Dortmund job now, I think we probably don't get the Dortmund job ever. I think it is very much a now or never situation. But I have applied. I'm not the favourite. The favourite is Niko Kovac at 65 years old. He's got some decent resume, formerly of Bayern, Barcelona, Manchester United, and currently manager of West Ham, where he's been for the last year or so. But I'd like to think my recent calibre of reigning La Liga champion, back-to-back Premier League champions before that, regulars in the last 8, at the very least, of the Champions League for the last 7 or 8 years, doing it in multiple countries. I'd like to think I'm a strong candidate, and they were looking for someone who could commit to the job long term. A 65-year-old's not going to commit to the job long term because they're proper old, aren't they? I mean, come on, he's 65. Goodness me. So I am hoping that we get offered that job and that I can then delay it to the end of the season. Now, what, of course, that would mean for Real Madrid is we've got to win the Champions League this year if we're going to do it here. I'd like to think we're in a strong position to win La Liga. We're 5 points clear of Atletico, 9 points clear of Barcelona. We should be winning La Liga for the second year in a row, making that 2 La Liga wins in 2 years here in Spain. I know we came in with a 3-year plan, but sometimes plans change. The Champions League is now even more important. I would love to win La Liga, win the Champions League, then go off and finish the series at Borussia Dortmund the way I've always planned to do from the moment we left Schalke. That would be a perfect end to the career, a perfect end to the series. And to be fair, probably quite a tough job at Dortmund in this situation. And I think that's probably a 4 or 5 year job to get that team ready to the point where they're the best team in Germany, because at the moment, they're not even third best. They're distant. They're far back. So I think Dortmund is a nice, juicy job to sink our teeth into for a final 4 or 5 seasons before we wrap things up and then decide what comes next. Spoilers. I mean, it's going to be a Schalke save next, probably. A brand new save, new universe. Got to use all that Schalke gear. So that is the plan for after Non-League to Legend. But that's my new plan for during as well. Champions League this year with Madrid, and then move on to Dortmund if they'll have me. Lots of ifs in there, though. So all we can do in the meantime is just keep winning football matches. First up is this one, away against Athletic. So we are going with Silva in goal, a back four of Small, Marina, Atundi and Rafalski, Carlos Vitor at the base of the midfield, Koulibaly and Delgado ahead of him, and then Lopez in behind Adeyemi and Damien up front. Damien is still scoring goals. I was going to say he started scoring goals. He'd actually started scoring goals in the last episode, hadn't he? So Damien is now still scoring goals, which is nice to see. The other reminder, of course, and it is the very last time I need to remind you of this now, and to be fair, if you're not already planning to do it, I imagine telling you a couple of hours before kickoff isn't the way to convince you to come down. But if you are in the Leamington area, it is this afternoon that I am at the Leamington game. Oh, there's my doorbell. Don't worry about what was at the door. It's just my my cool new Hawkeye hat. Don't expect me to wear hats in videos. I'm not that cool. But I'm going to wear that one on holiday unless it's got a feeling that one might fall out of the luggage at some point. But yeah, what I was saying, let's get back into the match. It is this afternoon that we're at Leamington for Leamington versus Darlington, and a channel meetup as well. So if you are in the area, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff at Leamington's ground. Come on down. It's going to be lots of fun. I'll be there from 2-ish probably, and I'll be hanging around after the match in the club bar for a bit as well, if you want to come along and say hello. But it's a football match. There'll be plenty of opportunity for us to say hello to each other during the match, and I am determined for the first time ever to get a do a football chant going at a football match, even if it is just us lot who already know what it is. If we can get one stranger yelling do a football, that's job done as far as I'm concerned. But I'll never mention that again now until you get a match day vlog next week, and then that'll be one more mention. But I won't try and get you to come along anymore. I realise if you're watching this series in the future that it's been a long-running thing for 4 or 5 days now of me trying to nag you to come to a football match you can't come to. Should have come, then I wouldn't have had to have mentioned it so much. It's as simple as that. We're 1-0 up here. It kind of is a foregone conclusion in the league at this point that we win football matches, and it's taken us a little bit of time to get going in this one, but the first goal has come, and I would like to think there are going to be plenty more to follow now. And that being said, Athletic are looking to attack just before half-time. It's not even just before half-time. Does 38 minutes qualify as just before half-time? I'm not so sure. That's a good ball in behind our back four, and that is an excellent equaliser, and maybe saying foregone conclusion in the earshot of the game itself will come back to haunt me, because from the moment I said it, they've looked more likely to score, and they have effectively come back in with an immediate reply there. It was a lovely pass, and the best goalkeeper in the world, not equal to that one, unfortunately. We have been the better team in this first half, but we need to play with a little bit more oomph, a little bit more welly in this second half. So we're going to go attacking. We tend to go attacking quite a lot now. It seems to. We've talked a lot about changes to the FM meta recently with the updates, the match engine changes. We've been experimenting with it a little bit on stream, both in the network game and in the Leamington save over there. And I am starting to lean towards attacking ahead of positive. I've been a positive man for probably 2 FMs now. I think it was FM20. We did the vertical tiki-taka 4-3-3 that we always played on attacking, and that worked really well. But for the last couple of games, I've leaned towards the gegenpress systems with a positive mentality. Last year was obviously the 4-2-3-1. This year, we've been all about the gegenpress diamond on a positive mentality, but it just seems a little bit inefficient at the moment. When you leave it on positive, we still create a lot of chances, we still play well, but we don't score goals. You switch it to attacking, and the goals seem to come. So, that's a lovely effort from Damien. And I mean, he's hit the inside of one post, but he is so hard that it's gone out of play the opposite side of the goal. That 99 times out of 100, Damien scores there. He just needed that little bit of luck with how it's come back off the post. But we are very much knocking on the door now. Etundi bringing the ball out of defence. Rafalski trying to get into a crossing position. Damien is there, and this time he's not going to miss. and he is getting better and better as this season goes on. We've talked about. I mean, it was only 2 or 3 episodes ago we were talking about needing a replacement for him. Now I'm wondering just how many goals he's going to get this year. That's 21 for him now. If we go all the way in the Champions League and have 15, 16 games left to play in all competitions, he could be on 40 goals by the end of the season at the rate he's currently scoring. He is absolutely rattling them in. So we are now 2-1 up. I'm going to leave it on attacking. Like I say, I'm still at the experimentation stage of this at the moment. I don't normally experiment that much in the videos. It's normally a stream thing, but I haven't streamed today and it's on my mind. And if I don't do it now, I'll have forgotten about it by next week. So recording this Friday afternoon, I don't normally record videos in the afternoon, but I'm recording this Friday afternoon and I feel like having a little bit of an experiment. So that's what we're doing. We're going attacking. Oh, what will I think of next? Koulibaly trying to skip past his man. It looked like he actually fell into him. And Athletic trying to get a counter-attack going once again. They hit back quickly after our first goal. They're going to try and do it after the second here as well. I guess this is the disadvantage of going attacking. I've got to question what Silva's up to there. The best goalkeeper in the world. I can only assume he has been entirely wrong-footed by that because there's no explanation for him to not at least dive and try and save it. He should have saved that. And that leaves us 15 minutes to go, very much needing a goal again. I guess this is the problem with staying on attacking when we were ahead. We now don't have attacking to switch back to. Now I'd like to send the message to them, you really do need to go and do a football now, boys. 2-2, 10 minutes left. We have been the better team by a gazillion miles, but the goals don't seem to be flowing the way I would like them to. But there's our boy, Michel Bell, who we know he is, we know he's good for a goal or two from recent episodes, and he's playing as the attacking midfielder, having come off the bench today, and grabs a goal there, and it's a lovely finish. It's a well-worked goal as well. You could just as easily play him and Bruno the other way around, but I think Bell has been the more effective player for us this season. Probably, I mean, forget this season, just in general, Bell has been more effective. That's lovely defending from Carlos Vitor. We have switched back to a positive mentality now for the final 5 minutes or so, just to try and, keep control of the game, not let them back into it this time, maybe. Bruno from range. I think he was trying to make a point after hearing what I just said about him, but the effort does go over the crossbar, but we have, albeit in a more difficult manner than I anticipated, come away with the win. And now we need to do the same again in the Champions League. If in the meantime we could get a job offer from Dortmund for the summer, that would be perfect from a storytelling perspective on this episode. So, if that could be a thing, that'd be nice. Just have to pay another £10 million for Thomas Silva. He becomes more and more expensive all the time, doesn't he? But you know what? Best goalkeeper in the world. It's fine. He's only played 2 international games. And we've won 14 consecutive La Liga games. That is some kind of form right there. Goodness me. Right. Unless we get the job offer, Lyon now. Oh, boys and girls, I think it's happening. Dortmund are requesting backroom staff changes. I just declared interest in the job. Which the most interesting thing about me declaring interest, not just that Real Madrid didn't seem bothered, they've not asked me not to flirt with the opposition, but apparently the most distinctive feature of Kevin Chapman's gegenpress system is an emphasis on wide players getting into the box and creating chances for themselves. Yeah. So, backroom changes. God, what do I do here? I don't want to decline, but I don't necessarily need to make any changes. If I decline, does that mean I don't want the job? Following a recent interview with Borussia Dortmund, I invite you to suggest any changes. Does this mean I'm getting a job offer? You'll be able to request the hiring of members of your backroom staff at Real Madrid whilst enjoying the freedom. Right. I don't really need to make any changes, I don't think. Who would I want to bring with me? Who's he? He's my current manager. Do they not have an assistant manager? Well, there you go. I'll bring him with me then. David Bertoni, who's been at Real Madrid for 23 years. He'll come with, apart from 4 years at Barcelona, which is an odd one. Yeah, you'll come with me, Dave, won't you? Dave Bertoni is the only one. Oh, and apparently, is that one of mine as well? I mean, has it automatically done this for me? Are these my current... so these are the ones who'd consider coming. Okay. Now I understand how this screen works. His desire to work with you is the reason behind why I'm potentially wanting to join Borussia Dortmund. Do you like me, David? Are we friends? No, you're Zinedine Zidane's friend. Stuff you then, Dave. You're staying here. What was this guy, Steve? Oh, look how happy Steve is to be here. Steve's delighted. Steve, do you want to come with me to Germany? You're Swiss. Do you speak German, Steve? Oh, Steve, that might be... He's evasive and plays mind games. I feel like Steve's just messing with me. I don't really need to bring any of these stuff with me. I'm all right. We'll just confirm that I don't need to make any changes. Am I getting the job offer now? Is that how this works? Am I favourite for the job now? No. That seems a little mean that I'm getting... Surely you don't need to... Oh, give me the job offer. Well, we have the slight distraction, the inconvenient distraction of having to play a football match now. We will keep going until at least the next match. What have I just done? I had hold of a player there. Who have I just slung into the stratosphere? I don't think anybody. I think we're good. Right, submit this team. Just the one change from the last match. We should ease our way past Lyon relatively easily. I mean, I guess I have now gone out into the media and made it clear that I want to leave. So hopefully that doesn't have a negative impact on my players. I've never really been in this situation before. I often talk about all my many years playing Football Manager because I am really old. So I often talk about my many years playing Football Manager, but we're doing a lot of things this year that I've never really done before. I've never walked out on a team on the verge of greatness because I got fed up with them, because my heart was broken like I was at Norwich. And I've certainly never been at a team as strong as Real Madrid and wanted to leave. I really, really want to go and manage Dortmund. It's what I've wanted to do throughout the entire career. And I'm still renting that flat there, which I signed a very long lease. So, there's that as well. Dortmund kits are nice, aren't they? I'd like to buy a Dortmund kit. And I think it would just be a really fun challenge to sink my teeth into for the end of the save, because Bayern have been so very dominant throughout the entire save that if we could get to the point where we're winning the Champions League with Dortmund, who potentially aren't even going to be in the Champions League next year, there's a very good chance Dortmund won't even be in the Champions League next year. I mean, I wonder if I could have sent my assistant manager now to go and manage them for the rest of the season, ready for when I turn up. That's probably not a thing. Why does Adeyemi not apply the finish there? That seems like a missed opportunity. I mean, we are 4-0 up from the first leg, but if Lyon grab an early goal here, with the potential of players being distracted by their manager fraternising with other clubs, we could have a little bit of a problem. I don't think we will. Delgado's bursting forward from midfield here and trying to push it past the goalkeeper. It's saved. It's behind for a corner. And it's going to be Delgado himself who goes over to take for that far post out swinger that we know he loves so much. In fact, he's gone near post this time. That told me, imagine me trying to know my own players. The ball ends up with Delgado again out on the flank, and now Bell to Koulibaly, Delgado again, Adeyemi now dropping deep to get involved. Bell and Adeyemi playing the ball back and forth between them, and now it's with Small on the left-hand side. Delgado again, who seems to be everywhere. Delgado, I thought he was going to cut it back for Small, but he's actually gone for the cross himself and not managed to beat that first man, and now Marina has absolutely clattered their player. Yeah, you're not having a counter-attack. I'm just coming straight through you. Exactly what he did, and a little bit lucky that he didn't pick up a card there, I think. Bell is injured, so I think we probably need to take Bell off, which is a little bit of a shame, because Bell has been great. That is not the player I wanted to bring on for him. I was aiming for Felipe Carrera, who I think is still our club captain. I don't remember changing it in the summer. Maybe I did. Maybe Rafalski is, and that is not what we wanted to see happen, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's all well and good having Dortmund lined up for next season, which we haven't even got yet. At the moment, I'm just fraternizing with them. But it's all well and good having that lined up. But we were looking very good to win it all with Madrid. If we now throw that away because of players who've seen their manager have his head turned, that's not ideal. I need to be able to say to the boys, look, it's not that I think Dortmund are a bigger club. They're obviously not. I'm at that point in my career where I want a challenge. I'm so convinced we're going to win everything this year that I want to win it all and then leave. Zidane will probably come back for an 8th spell in charge of Real Madrid, and I'll go off and really make Schalke regret sacking me all those years ago. The revenge of Chapman is what the final part of this series is going to be this year, where I just go and give them what's coming to them. Right, 20 minutes to go. There doesn't seem to be any danger of Lyon actually getting back into the tie as a total, but it would be nice not to lose the game. We haven't lost a football match in any competition for a long time, so don't really want to start making a habit of that now. Ball's played forward, looking for Adeyemi. Adeyemi actually does really well to keep hold of the ball. He didn't really have any kind of support, so was left with little option than to have a quite tame effort himself from the edge of the area. But now we're on the attack again, and it's Thierry Small on the left-hand side. Plays it to no one at all. Bruno tries to make the pass look good, but he's not up to it. And now the counter-attack. And a second goal here for Lyon. And we are going to be a little bit nervy going into these last few minutes. And they have fluffed their lines. Oh, my goodness. That was a big opportunity for them. Cross comes in from the free kick, and it's headed over. They're getting their chances. They've only got themselves to blame here. We're not fully concentrating on the task at hand, and they're not capitalising on it. And we certainly can't make this mistake in the next round, but I think at this point we can be pretty confident we are at least in the next round, and that's a lovely finish from Lopez to make it 1-1 and keep our undefeated streak going. Lopez, I think, is another one who said he's not planning on signing another contract here at Real Madrid. So he's gone at the end of next season, just like I would have been if I hadn't have jumped ship sooner. But oh gosh, goodness me, I really hope I get the job. I'm really, really looking forward to managing Borussia Dortmund. I'm going to be really very sad if I don't get offered the job. Right, we are through to the quarter-final of the Champions League. Still have to remember to try and win that. But now we're just going to hit continue a few times and see if we get a job offer come through. There it is. There is the job offer. Obviously, at this stage of the save, we are less concerned about money. We're earning less at Madrid than we were earning at Norwich. We're going to be earning less still at Borussia Dortmund, but I've earned so much money in my career, £21 million at this point. It's not about the money. It's about the opportunity. And holy smokes, I didn't see that before. Parts of it are about some parts of the money. I'm going to spend £1 billion. Apparently, I've promised to improve my media handling, which I might have to start doing my own press conferences. No club job applications, sleep director football. I need to make sure that this is for the end of the season. Yeah, for a 3-year contract's all well and good. They want me to sign young players. I'm on board with all of this. Sign German players, less so. I do hope that this is for the end of the season. I'm not going now. That is one thing I will say. I'm not going now, and there's nowhere on there that it makes that clear. Do I put delay or do I put start negotiations? I almost think this is one of those situations where it's worth a save point, not because I want to change my mind after making a decision, but because it's not clear what the correct button to press is. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to save. I'm going to go start negotiations. If it only offers me a contract that starts now, I'm making this clear to all of you. If I'm pressing the wrong button because it's not clear, I will reload and then press delay. I kind of want the deal done before the end of the season. So contract start date, May 2037. So the contract starts in May. Oh God, imagine if we had to go before the end of new club season. No, that's not what I mean. I want to be able to do the Champions League final here. 28th of May. When would the Champions League final be? Champions League. When is the final? That doesn't. When was the final last year? Can we see last year's Champions League? When was last year's final? The 31st of May. Oh, surely not. Surely the end of the season is the end of all the competitions. Surely. 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 That I get to complete the season at my current club. That is the whole point of delaying till the end of the season. I mean, we'll do it. I tell you now, Sports Interactive and Football Manager, if the scenario does present itself where I get to the Champions League final with Real Madrid and am whisked away to Dortmund without having any control over it before getting to manage that match, or I'm going to do an angry tweet about it, I'll be very cross. Because I'm certain that's not how that would be intended to work. I'll finalise the deal. Next season, I am going to be managing Borussia Dortmund. And they're looking forward to my arrival. Thursday, the 28th of May. I feel like that must be after the Champions League final. It must be. Because there's no other logic behind the 28th of May. Their season ends on the 16th of May. Oh, I bet it's the Europa, because they were in the Europa League. I wonder if the Europa League final gets to happen. So, oh, goodness me. Well, let's wait and see how this pans out then, eh? If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.